John Bolton, U.S. deploying warships to send a message to Iran. This is from yesterday on Democracy Now! In a dramatic escalation of threats against Iran, National Security Advisor John Bolton has announced the U.S. is deploying a carrier strike group and a bomber task force to the region to send a clear and unmistakable message to the Iranian regime that any attacks on United States interests and or on those of our allies will be met with unrelenting force. Man, I wonder why a lot of the world doesn't like us. I wonder why a lot of the world not thrilled with the United States. Hey, let's send some warships over there just to let them know we see you. Are you thinking about doing anything? We're gonna fuck you up if you do. USA. This is why we can't have healthcare, by the way, because of stuff like this. This is why our military budget is miles and miles and miles beyond the next 13 countries combined. You know, when I was in Scotland, I went to I went to this big museum in Scotland, and they had this thing, and it was this wheel. And what the wheel was it was a wheel that was color coordinated, and it gave there was a shaded section for what the government spent their budget on each year. So part of the circle was shaded in green, and that indicated the arts and humanities. Part of the circle was shaded in blue, and that indicated healthcare. I realized that in the United States, we can never have something like that because the entire circle would just be one color, like probably red or something like that, and it would just be war, and then there'd be a little, almost microscopic sliver that would just say everything else. That would be what that circle would be like in the United. That's why we don't have something like that. In Scotland, they can have something like that they show to people. We can't have that in the United States. In other countries, they can, because they don't spend this enormous, obscene amount on their military that we spend. And why do we spend it? So we can do stuff like this. So we can just send warships to Iran for no reason other than we're not thrilled with you. We don't like you. You're next on our list of countries we need to invade. See what else there is to it. CNN is reporting that U.S. officials clarified Bolton's remarks were meant as a deterrent rather than a response to any imminent threat by Iran. Oh, we just want to deter them. So in other words, there is no threat. We're just doing this for the damn hell of it. There is no... We're just making sure. It's like that bully in high school that just comes up to someone and just shoves them. Hey, what'd you do that for? Just in case you were thinking. Just in case you had a problem with me. I don't like the way you looked at me. I didn't even look at you. Yeah, well, I don't like it. And they shove you against the locker again or something like that. Many commentators also pointed to the fact that the U.S. regularly deploys warships to that region and that Bolton's press release was likely intended as another public provocation against Iran. The Trump administration has been ratcheting down pressure against the nation following its withdrawal from the landmark Iran nuclear deal last month. Last month, the U.S. designated Iran's elite Revolutionary Guard as a terrorist organization. The Trump administration also said it will end a waiver program that allowed some nations to circumvent U.S. sanctions and continue buying Iranian oil without suffering penalties. So once again, this is all about resources, and this is all about us kind of just continuing that economy of war, going into countries, depleting their resources, and doing this all in the name of oil companies and CEOs. That's really all this is about. We're not spreading democracy anywhere. We don't even have democracy in our country. So there you go. All right, John Bolton. Way to go, John Bolton.
Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and